Too bad she won't live. But then again, who does?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best film franchises that only consist of 2 movies. We're including films that are direct continuations of first entries, so standalone sequels don't count. Note, the status of these duologies are likely to change in the future, and in fact, we had to replace several entries during production, because Hollywood just can't stop announcing sequels.
I mean, they're afraid of me. What do we do with that?
Number 10. It and It Chapter 2. Set over 27 years, the adaptations of Stephen King's horror novel are a 2-part scarefest. Chapter 1 details the lives of the Losers Club at the bottom of the barrel in the town of Derry.
Are you okay? That looks like it hurts.
Oh, no, I'm good. I just fell.
Yeah, right into Henry Bowers.
Shut it, Richie.
Why? It's the truth.
The kids are terrorized by the mysterious It, who manifests as Pennywise the Clown. Chapter 2 follows the characters as adults trying to destroy the villain for good. Its creepy atmosphere comes from the protagonist's deepest fears, which serve as the basis for the horrors that unfold.
What he's talking about, and it's all true. It's the only way. If we want this ritual to work, we have to remember.
Stellar performances by both young and adult cast members sell its premise, while Bill Skarsgård's star-making turn steals the show.
You haven't saved any of them. Close your eyes, Beth.
The films are also complemented by Stephen King's similarly chilling The Shining, including its 2009 sequel, Dr. Sleep. Number 9. The Hustler and The Color of Money. Following pool hustler Fast Eddie, these 2 films depict the character in his younger and older days. The Hustler is about Eddie's obsession with beating legendary player Minnesota Fats, which comes close to destroying his life.
You can't see it, can you, Charlie? I mean, you've never been able to see it. I came after him. And I'm gonna get him. I'm going with him all the way.
In the sequel, Eddie becomes a mentor to the similarly gifted Vincent Lauria. We watch as Eddie grapples with success, arrogance, and the inability to deal with failure.
Then we twisted it, didn't we, Bert? Of course, maybe that doesn't stick in your throat, because you spit it out just the way you spit out everything else.
Paul Newman shines in both films, winning the Oscar for Best Actor for The Color of Money. The story blurs the lines between winning and losing as Eddie struggles with his choices. It's a fascinating character arc spread out between 2 quality films.
What makes you so sure?
Hey, I'm back.
Not to mention all the pool sequences that are a treat to watch. Number 8. Mary Poppins and Mary Poppins Returns.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way.
You won't need a spoonful of sugar to help make these films palatable. They're absolute delights for all ages, and even more enjoyable when you watch them as a pair. The original film is adored for its endlessly charming performances by Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke, influential animation style, and timeless musical numbers.
If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Its successor had big shoes to fill in terms of continuing the Mary Poppins legacy, but manages to capture the same magical and heartwarming feeling as the first.
Memories you've shared, gone for good you feared, they're all around you still, though they've disappeared.
Plus, we get an iconic tap dancing cameo from Van Dyke in the follow-up film, and he's still got moves. Number 7. Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima. These 2 films, both directed by Clint Eastwood, work in tandem with each other as they parallel stories of the Battle of Iwo Jima from both the Japanese and American perspectives. In Flags of Our Fathers, Eastwood masterfully examines the more complicated truth behind the famous photograph raising the flag on Iwo Jima and the lives and stories of the soldiers pictured.
He wants this flag? Yes, sir. We just put the damn thing up. Yes, sir. Some kind of flag shortage?
Letters from Iwo Jima shows us the bleak reality that the Japanese soldiers were facing in the battle, despite their best strategic efforts. Together, this duology succeeds in delivering its anti-war messaging in an empathetic and artful way. Number 6. Hellboy and Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Based on the comics of the same name, Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy entries are a masterclass in dark superhero cinema. The main character battles his destiny of ushering in the apocalypse, choosing to use his powers for good.
You will never fulfill your destiny. You will never understand the power inside you.
I'll just have to find a way to live with that.
While the overarching plot is gripping, the expressive visuals and the backdrop of a bleak supernatural setting are truly captivating. Smart dialogue and larger-than-life characters go hand in hand, making for a well-rounded cast that connects with viewers.
You took that plane without an authorization, young man.
Hey, Manning, here to help.
As always.
What's going on? What's going on? I quit.
What, are you serious?
Looks that way, doesn't it?
What's wrong with you? You can't all just quit. Watch us.
On second thought, I think I'll keep this.
Sadly, the series was robbed of future sequels. 2019's critically lambasted Hellboy served as an ill-fated reboot that pales in comparison to Del Toro's duology.
Ah, come on. Do not sneak up on me like that.
Number 5. Gremlins and Gremlins 2, The New Batch. Depending on how you see it, these films can be scary or a total parody. The first entry is heavy on gore and big on comedy, making light of horror tropes of the time.
Patriotic little fella, ain't he? Waving a flag and everything. Hey, Dad.
Be careful, Frank. You may tear your arm off. You want me to put the cuffs on him?
Centering around the titular creatures, things go off the rails after the monsters start to multiply and wreak havoc. Although it sounds scary, the film keeps a consistently light tone that balances the otherwise gruesome imagery.
There's these little green guys with big teeth running around town wrecking.
Hey, kid, this is Christmas, not Halloween. Listen, gang, Rock and Ricky's getting fed up with all this Orson Welles crap, so cool it, will ya?
The follow-up completely embraces its potential for humor, being a gag-filled experience that keeps the jokes coming. They aren't for everyone, but there's great entertainment value in these quirky films that don't take themselves seriously.
It's funny, I look at him, you know what I see?
What's that, sir?
Dolls with suction cups staring out car windows. A big float in the Macy's Day Parade. Has anybody ever talked to you about merchandising?
Number 4. The Incredibles and Incredibles 2. Back in 2004, Pixar surprised fans with a superhero movie that ticks all the right boxes. Sure, The Incredibles does have, well, incredible action, but it's the layered characterizations that hit the mark.
It's perfectly normal.
Normal? What do you know about normal? What does anyone in this family know about normal?
Now, wait a minute, young lady.
We act normal, Mom. I want to be normal.
Whether it's Mr. Incredible's midlife crisis or Violet's desire to fit in, each member of the family is relatable. Even the antagonist Syndrome has an understandable villainous arc.
All I wanted was to help you.
I only wanted to help. And what did you say to me?
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
It tore me apart.
Director Brad Bird hit another home run with the long-awaited sequel, which deals with the Super's bid for acceptance. With a roster of memorable characters like Frozone and Edna Mode, the movies are endlessly quotable. Just remember, no capes.
No capes!
Number 3. The Raid and The Raid 2. Fight scenes are always fun, but they're even better when servicing the film's story. The Raid does just that, as the protagonists battle for their lives.
Nggak ada jalan buat kabur. Nggak ada jalan keluar. Satu-satunya jalan keluar adalah jalan masuk kalian tadi ke sini. Dengan cara nerobos.
The original is about a raid squad who end up way over their heads. Trapped inside the enemy's lair, they kill their way out of a criminal complex while their numbers dwindle. The Raid 2 is closer to the standard thriller, but with fight choreography that evolves to crazier levels.
Lu tahu sendiri kan, investigasi ini bukan soal bangun. Kita pengen polisi-polisi yang mereka suap. Lu pikir lu sendirian? Ini bukan tentang lu. Kita bukan pahlawan di sini.
Creative stunt work and camera effects bolster an already effective directorial style, with some awe-inspiring scenes. Viewers can see themselves in the hero's shoes as dangers lurk in every corner. It's a frenzy of kick-ass action that's bloody, brutal, and brilliant.
Teman-teman, silakan kembali ke kamar masing-masing. Semua sudah selesai.
Number 2, Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049. A classic in the neo-noir genre, this series is the peak of dark, gritty filmmaking.
They were designed to copy human beings in every way except their emotions. And the designers reckoned that after a few years, they might develop their own emotional responses.
The 1982 film introduced an entire world to viewers, and the lore was deepened by the 2017 sequel. The story revolves around replicants dealing with injustice and uncovering conspiracies that threaten civilization.
How does it feel? Killing your own kind. I don't retire my own kind because we don't run.
Harrison Ford's Rick Deckard is at the center of the narrative that twists and turns across decades. Along with the plot, Blade Runner offers compelling themes that keep fans wondering what they represent. Everything from the futuristic set designs, subtle imagery, and cyberpunk cinematography takes the breath away. This duology's inspired aesthetic and social commentary remain evergreen.
Tyrell had told me Rachel was special. No termination date. I didn't know how long we'd have together. Who does?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2.
When do you want to die? Tomorrow? The day after tomorrow?
How about tonight, bitch?
Splendid. Where?
Technically one film split into 2 parts, Kill Bill is an unforgettable thriller. The bride is out for blood after being betrayed on her wedding day. The long runtime allows her mission to be told in full, as we watch her story play out from start to finish. Tarantino utilizes a stellar cast to portray their characters with the required attitude and energy.
I want them to know. And I want them all to know.
While the general outline is simple, the film's genre hopping makes for an unpredictable adventure. It's a blend of snappy one-liners, violent martial arts sequences, and tongue-in-cheek humor. True to form, this duology culminates in an awesome finale that does justice to the sprawling story of revenge.
You and I have unfinished business.
Baby, you ain't kidding.
Which 2-part series is your favorite? Let us know in the comments.
I could no longer do any of those things. Not anymore.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.